This world shall know pain.
Alright, what's going on, guys? I'm here to show you guys a all max Genkai showcase. So it took me a very long time to max all these Genkais. I had so much friends helping me doing quests while I was sleeping and all that garbage, but it was worth it, and I'm gonna do a showcase for you guys. So I'm gonna start off with Boil and Byakugan and Crystal, because those are the first three. Alright, to get these abilities real quick. I bet. So the first Boil ability, you just do a punch. It does pretty good damage. The second Boil ability, you spit smoke, and what's crazy about this ability is that it actually locks you in place, so you can do really strong and pretty toxic infinite combos. And your end ability is kind of underwhelming, to be honest, because it's just a bunch of smoke around, and that's it. There's nothing much about it. But undoubtedly, your best ability will be the second ability. Boil is pretty okay. I don't use it personally. I maxed and just left it alone. But Boil is pretty good, I guess. Now, Byakugan, my personal favorite. You hold down C to turn your Byakugan. You have your stats to the right of the screen. To use your first ability, you hold down right click and you press C. And then you can see their chakra, and then you can see people through walls. I can see that log over there. The first ability is okay. It does not do much. You can hit people, you steal their chakra. Nothing much. Then you press C2 after you level it up. Then you get the Lion Fist. The Lion Fist also steals chakra, and then you get a new ability. You hold down right click, you press C. You do 64 palms. That's really nice. It also enables the Byakugan eyes. And then after that, you press C3 and it enables the final form of the Dual Lions. And then when I get the ability, 1 second on cooldown. I personally don't like this form. I always use the second form, but the third form is okay, I guess. It just does a slam, and the damage is really good, but it's just not gonna hit anyone because everyone's just so fast these days. Everyone has fast builds, so it's just not gonna hit. So my personal recommendation is to use the second form, and then abuse the 64 palms. And then for the abilities, your first skill will be Wind Palm. Wind Palm's really good. It pushes people back and it does a lot of damage. And then your second ability will be, I forgot what this is called. Oh yeah, Rotation. So you spin, do damage around you. Now with this ability, it's a little bit weird because sometimes you can do infinite combos with it and sometimes you can't. So whenever you rotation someone, they either have a chance of either being bounced out of it or they're gonna be stuck inside of it. If they're stuck inside of it, then it's just wraps. But if they get bounced out, then it's just not good. But your last ability is 128 palms. I love this ability personally. It's a really good ability. I usually do a 4-hit combo and then into a full 124 palms. Does a lot of damage. Those two. Now we're gonna go Crystal and Particle. Oh yeah, I have a second Genkai slot. I have third Genkai slot. Dang it. Whatever, I'll just ignore it. Crystal is just, honestly, it's just a reskin of Ice. I don't like Crystal. I like how it looks, but I just don't like the abilities. I don't see anyone using it too often. I've barely seen anyone use it. At least in the meta, when I've been fighting people. But here are the abilities. You shoot crystals at a target. They do 5,000 damage each. It's okay. It's nothing too crazy. And then your second ability, you just put like it's just like ice. You put an ice floor down, and then anyone inside it will get trapped just for a little bit. And then you press N, and then this is your final ability where it does a lot of damage and it traps people, and it actually looks really nice. Now particle style, my personal favorite when I just started the game, because I got this like really when I was probably like level 4 or something. I don't know, when I got a couple of spins. Particle style is pretty much my favorite one, but I don't use it much anymore just because it's not that good. But your V ability, this is the best ability. It shoots multiple beams where your mouse is. I love this ability for fighting Jinchurikis. It's really like you have a lot of range. It allows you to stay back. Your second ability is the worst one. It's legit doo-doo water. You press B and it just does a beam and it hits 4 times, 5 times. It's not gonna hit anyone. It's just not gonna hit anyone, I promise you. It does not home in your target. It's not it's not heat seeking. It's just a beam. That's it. And it's not good. I'd much rather just use the first ability that would do a bunch of damage and has a really long range, and I'd rather use the final ability, which just cages them and it does a lot of damage. That's pretty much it for those two. Now explosion and gold dust. I personally hate explosion. It's the most boring thing. Maybe not boring, but I just can't. I don't see anyone using it for a reason. It's just bad. Explosion's bad. Now I know some of y'all might think, oh, explosion's good, I might use this in this combo. Well, you mean you might have a good combo, but I cannot make a single combo with explosion. So let me show you guys the abilities. Your first ability is called Mine Rush. You just jump up, slam down, it does damage. But you don't always slam down. But you basically, wherever your mouse is, that's where it will fly. So it's kind of like a flight or a dash ability. Your second ability is called Mine Fist. I'm pretty sure it's just a punch. It's just an explosive punch that does a lot of damage. And then your final ability is Atomic. Yeah, just call it Atomic. So you press N. It's just a bunch of explosives around you. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. This Genkai is extremely loud. Gold Dust. Gold Dust. I really like Gold Dust for fighting Jinchurikis. It does a lot of damage. You press V. It does 31 damage. 31,000 damage. That's pretty good. But the main ability for Gold Dust is the second ability. Imperial. This ability does so much damage. It does 8k flat, but it keeps going through. But then when you have your mode on, and let's say you have like a Byakugan or a Sharingan, you're just gonna do so much damage with it. And then your final ability is just a gold storm. Doesn't do much. I don't use it often. I think it stuns people. I don't know for sure, but it does a couple of hits. Ice and Iron Sand. Now I know Iron Sand is a favorite for a lot of people right now, but I don't really use it. I've never used it like that. Alright, so this is Ice. Like I said, Ice is just Crystal, just a reskin of Ice somewhat. The first ability of Ice, you shoot out crystals. They do damage. They don't slow, they don't freeze, none of that. Your second ability puts down an ice floor. It freezes anyone. It freezes them 3 times, by the way. The floor stays up really long and it freezes them 3 times in a short duration, and it does damage each time. And then your final ability, just wait for it to come up, but the name of it is Sphere Blitz. Your final ability will be looking like this. Oh, so it's just like the crystal one. I've actually never used this ability yet. So it's just like the crystal one, but it moves instead of just comes out. Ice is okay, but I personally don't use it at all. Now I'm gonna put on the mode. These are the Iron Fist, the infamous Iron Fist. Like, people love to use these, and I mean, I can see why. Look at that damage. Basically 13,000 damage on a punch. It's like a free Susanoo. It's literally a free Susanoo. But what my friends tell me is that it burns a lot of mode, so you gotta watch out for this. But that's the mode right there. Now for the abilities, you have Sand Shower. Let's use it. I don't know why they're going to that log over there, but it just shoots a bunch of sand pellets towards the log. They do a lot of damage if all of them hit. I remember being able to farm EXP with these a lot. For those people who have Iron Sand, you can farm EXP a lot just by spamming this one ability. It's really nice because you have a bunch of hits, so you can see your XP bar go up really fast. It's really good. Then you have your second ability. It makes the electric floor. It's called Sand Tsunami. This ability is so annoying to fight. If you have Iron Sand, look at this huge area. If someone's trying to fight you, they're constantly getting stunned and the floor is yours to take. You can fight anyone in this floor. I remember ganking with some friends and some people kept spamming this. I just got annoyed. It was annoying. Look at that. It stuns, does damage. You can walk on it freely. It lasts a long time. It's just, it's good. It's just a good ability. And your final ability is called Iron Fist. I don't know why it's called Iron Fist when the spikes come out of the ground, but you just bring spikes out of the ground. But Iron Sand is really good. I do recommend Iron Sand. Now let's go with Lava and Mud. Okay, grab these. Okay, so your first ability is called Lava Breath. It's pretty straightforward. You're probably just gonna breathe lava. it does good damage. And then whenever lava hits a terrain, it expands. This will do damage and it'll knock people back. Your second ability is called Pillar Burst. You just bring out a bunch of lava pillars. Honestly, this ability is really... It's just bad because, like I said, people are really fast. So once they see you casting hand signs, they're probably going to run around you. And they're not going to come directly onto you. But it's really good if you have a stun. And then you can use that afterwards. That'll do some good damage. And plus it burns them. And then you have your last one called Burning Floor. Oh, it just makes a lava flow around you. So it's just like the lightning floor, but this one does more damage, but I don't think it stuns. Now it's time for mud. Your first ability is Quicksand Wave. Press V. This is just like the Gold Dust. This does a lot of damage as well. That's a really good combo, by the way. Using Gold Dust and mud at the same time, or at least one after the other, is a really good combo. Then your second ability is called Lava Slide. You hold down B and then you can slide, and then it does 100 damage. It's not really offensive. I don't really recommend using it offensively, but it's a okay EXP farmer, like if you're not AFK. Like if you look at my XP bar right now, it's kind of zooming up there. The numbers are flying up pretty good. Now, the last ability, you just shoot. What is this? Oh, it's just a mud dragon. It's just tiny mud dragons. I don't see people using mud too often, to be honest. I don't know why. I like mud personally. I use it sometimes, especially this wave quicksand. But I like mud. Lava's okay. I've not seen it too much. I've not used it too much. I can't really give too much an opinion on it. Now, Sand and Scorch. Sand is my third favorite Genkai right now, mainly because of how OP the final ability is. But I'll show you guys that in a second. So I get the mode on. The mode basically turns into Gara. You have his sand. I'm gonna just call it a sandbag, to be honest. You have a sandbag on you. Whenever you right click, you basically have a strong shield. I don't know if it's impenetrable, but I remember trying to hit it with things and it just blocked everything in its way. And then if you hold on right click and press Q, you're gonna do a sand arm, and this does a lot of damage and it's really spammable. It's really good. So that's the mode. And by the way, the stats are really good. If you look at the right of the screen, you have 3,000 in jutsu, which is kind of crazy. Now for the abilities, your first ability is Sand Tsunami. This is also just like Gold Dust, and this is also like mud. All these tsunamis and waves are really good. I recommend using them if you have these elements. They're really good. They're really strong. They do a lot of damage, like about 50k, 60k damage. That's pretty good burst just for one jutsu. Your second ability is called Sand Coffin. It's pretty straightforward. It's just like the companion. You set out a wave, and when it hits someone, it brings up in the air. Since I'm losing on a log, it won't show, and then it does damage. That's really good for a combo extender. Like you can grab them in the air and then use something else at the end, like maybe a water dragon jutsu or like some kind of lightning jutsu. Now your final ability, my most favorite, you've probably seen it in my other videos, the flight. This ability is broken in my opinion because if you look at the bottom left of my screen, my mode's barely going down. That's because this is the only flight in the game that you do not need to have a mode charged. So for example, when we get to the B race, I'll show you what I mean. But I don't need to have Gara's sandbag on me to use this mode. I can just use it normally whenever I want, no matter what. Like you can get in fights easily, get out of fight easily, find stuff easily. Like I've found so many things inside the game just because I've been flying around, and it's just such a versatile ability. Like, it's so good. I really recommend sand, especially if it's not gonna be like your main element. If you want to be like a sub element, I really recommend the flight. But let me stop simping over sand. Let me move on. Alright, let's go with Scorch. So your first ability puts bubbles around you, or these Scorch balls around you. If someone comes in contact with them, they do damage, and it burns the target for a lot of damage. Your second ability is called Agony Burn. I'm pretty sure it does nothing for now, but just wait till I get the balls on me. Because I remember my friend using it. So you put the Scorch balls around you, and then when you press B, you actually shoot it at where your mouse is, and it does a lot of damage. And there's a pretty light cooldown on it, but it does a lot of damage. Look at that. That's pretty much like 17,000 damage right there. That's pretty good damage. And then your final ability is called Heat Disperse. You press N, and it just throws, I'm pretty sure it throws all the bombs on them and does a lot of damage. So Scorch really relies on the orbs around you. So that's pretty much Scorch right there. We're actually ending the list. Sharingan and Storm. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think Sharingan is overrated. Sharingan is good. Don't get me wrong. I love Sharingan. I used to use it a lot in the beginning of the game. But when you like progress into the game and like you already have max Sharingan, it's like you just get bored of it, to be honest. But it's really good. So you hold down C, you get your first Tomo, and then you can level them up one by one. So you're gonna press C1 to get your first one, C2 to get your second one. And then if you look at the right side of my screen, my stats are going up every single time I upgrade. So when you're in your C1 mode and then you hold right click and press C, that's gonna put out a Genjutsu that slows people. That's for all modes 1, 2, 3. So all these Tomos will all have that simple Genjutsu. But then when we get to the Mangekyo on the fourth one, the ability is gonna change. I'll show you guys in 4 seconds. Just give me a minute. Also, on the fourth one, you get an incomplete Susanoo where you have a Susanoo arm. It does a lot of damage. It does about 12k damage, 11,000 damage. Each hit is pretty good. But then, once you have your incomplete Susanoo arm, you hold down right click and you press C, and then you get an OP Amaterasu. Amaterasu is really crazy because it's you like from the anime. It burns them for a really long time and it really hurts. It's point and click. There's like nothing you have to aim. Really good. And then you have your final Mangekyo currently in the game because the rest of them are locked, like as we can see here. So currently in the game is the final Susanoo. You have the full. You kind of have like the half body, I would say. It does 15,000 per punch. It's really good. The same thing with the ability. You hold down right click, use Amaterasu, but it just does more damage. Now for your first ability, you have copy style replication. So of course it does nothing now, but it's just pretty much in the name. So let's say someone uses a jutsu, like a fireball jutsu on me, I can just press V and then I'll just use the fireball jutsu right back at them. Your second ability is called Control Reality. It's a Genjutsu. You put your mouse on someone, you press B. It's gonna do damage and it's gonna slow them and it's also gonna blur their screen. I'll show you guys. I'll give you guys an example how it looks. And then the final ability is called Reflex Enhance. So you press N, and then now I can't show you because I don't have anyone here, but it gives you dodges. So I'll give you guys an example somewhere in the video, but it just gives you like 5 to 6 dodges. It's really good, especially if you want to secure Jinchurikis. A lot of people, they auto click on the scroll and then they might punch you off. So all you have to do is press N and you dodge all of that and then left click the scroll and you got it. Really good. That's how I secured my first Jinchuriki. And no sneak peek, I have an episode coming on that soon. Now we have Storm. Storm, I see a lot of people using it. I don't use Storm a lot. I've actually never used it since I maxed it. I'm just not interested in it. But here are the abilities. You have Heavenly Thunder. Okay, so it just puts a storm cloud around you. This storm cloud is really strong because it's just like the Iron Sand floor. It keeps you stunned inside of it. Really good. You press B. I guess it puts a tether on them. Yeah, it's a laser circuit. So it's just a laser of electricity that does damage. And I'm pretty sure it stuns their target. And then your final ability is Lightning Burst. So... oh, you just summon lightning down someone. Okay, so that's what that ability was. Storm's okay. I would recommend Storm for PvP. Like I don't recommend it just for like killing Jinchurikis or helping your friends or whatever. But I highly recommend it for PvP because I see people using it a lot. Moving on, we're on Wood and then Ketseryugan. Now, Wood, one of the most common ones. I'm pretty sure all you guys already had Wood before. But in case you do not level it up, I'll show you guys the abilities. The first ability is called Wood Style Attack. So you basically shoot a wood out. Your first ability is called Strike Attack. So just wait for it to come off cooldown. 3, 2, 1. Alright. And then you just press the button and then it just shoots a piece of wood out. That's all it is. It's really underwhelming. It's just a piece of wood that shrinks away. I don't like it. I don't even like how it looks. And then you have Wood Style Woodbind. It like shoots out like a shockwave of wood, and then if anyone gets hit, they actually get stunned by it. This is an okay ability, but like I'm saying, wood is pretty mediocre. If you get it, just roll it. And then you have your last one, Wood Stab Multi-Strike. It just hits you a couple times with this ability. This ability is actually pretty good. I remember seeing people use it on me. It does pretty good damage, but it's not too crazy. And then for the final abilities, we have for the next Genkai, we have Ketseryugan. So this one also has an eye mode. You can change your stats to the left of the screen. Oh wow, I don't even have a max right now. I probably have to do an update video on that after. But you turn on your eye, it gives you stats, and then you use your ability, and it just puts like a big AoE around you, and then it puts a bubble around them, and then explodes afterwards. This ability stays the same because I remember someone having it maxed. When you press V, you fly forward to a target and you punch them, putting a blood. I don't even know what to call that. Just like you basically put a blood sack on them, and then it explodes doing damage. Your B is just like Sharingan. It's a genjutsu that does damage and it slows them. But instead of Sharingan actually blinding the person, I mean Sharingan actually blinds the person, but Ketseryugan doesn't even do anything with the vision. It's just a slow. That's all it is. And then your final ability is Dragon Song, which is just a blood dragon that I'm pretty sure most of you have seen already, because a lot of people use this just because look how nice it looks. But yeah, that's those two. Now we're on Kaguya and Namikaze. I've seen both of these a lot. Oh, I did not even unlock the abilities. Okay, so they both have modes. I'm gonna showcase Kaguya first. So you hold down Z, you got your bone form. There's no transformation. I did not mean to use that. There's no transformation for the Kaguya. This is like the only form that you have, so that this is all you're gonna get. It's not like Sharingan where you can use multiple modes. No, it's just this. Your abilities go as follow. Your first ability is called Finger Bullets. You shoot a bunch of bones out at a target. They do some good damage. It's DPS. And your second one is called Storm Burst. You press B and then it comes out. This ability is really good, especially if all of them hit. But they knock you up. They knock the enemy up. So I kind of like keeping my enemies on the floor so I can keep comboing them. But for those of you that want to get someone off of you, this is a good ability. Then your final ability is called Spine Vine. Press the button. It like makes you dash towards the opponent, and then it stuns them. So you're gonna slash them with your spine, and it's gonna stun them for actually a really long time. You guys will know this before if you ever fought the Kimimaru boss. He actually spams this a lot, and it's just really annoying. Now it's time for Namikaze, one of the most popular Genkais that I've seen around. Namikaze's mode, it gives you really good stats. It does not have any other modes. It doesn't have any other sections. All it has is an ability that does damage, and it's a multi-TP, as you guys can see. The stats that it gives you are pretty okay. I usually use it with Byakugan or Sharingan just to give it more stats. And then the abilities are like this. Let me turn the mode off. So your first ability is called Flash Step. You basically just teleport to someone and do a punch. Anyone around you. You just teleport to anyone around you and do a punch. Your second ability is called Time Jump. You teleport around to all the targets around you. I'm going to show you guys an example of this just so you have a better idea. But it goes around all the targets and it does damage to all of them, and it's like a chain reaction. And your final ability is Time Stop. We all know the little famous Zawardo that you hear everywhere you go to find a Jinchuriki. Everyone uses this ability, but I mean, I can't blame them. So that's those two, and then we're actually ending the list off almost. We have Ash and then Shirogane, and I do not even buy all the skills for this. Okay, so let's grab this. I'm gonna reset real quick because my mode is already out, and it's gonna take like a little too long to actually recharge. Okay, and we're back with our mode charged. So you're gonna hold down Z, and then you have a long stick on your back, and then you look like this. Pretty good, pretty drippy. I like it. I personally like the stick on my back, the pole or whatever you want to call it. The stats it gives you are better than Namikaze, but it's just lower than a lot of the stuff like Lightning Cloak or just like a Max Out Jinchuriki. But it's pretty good for a Genkai that people use now and then. You actually get a custom weapon, which is the staff itself, I'm sorry that I cannot show you the damage on it, but I'm pretty sure that it does a pretty good amount. Now, with this mode, you actually have an ability. No transformations, just the ability. The ability summons the monkey. I do not remember the name. I'm sorry. I do not remember the name because I've not watched the anime in a little while. But it summons the monkey. It lasts a really long time. It does pretty good damage and it uses abilities. I remember someone like annoying me with this. So it's pretty good. We're going to turn the mode off and we're going to get to the abilities. So your first ability is called Burning Bullets. Okay, so I don't know why they're going that way. Don't ask me. But I'm just use it again. While we're waiting for the first ability to get off cooldown, we're gonna use the second one, which is Burning Breath. So basically, it's just like Boil, but I guess it's more flashy. It keeps them in spot, constantly explodes, does damage, pretty good. Now back to the first ability. They're going in that direction for some reason. But I'll show you guys what it does when I actually get into a new PS or something. Now your final one is Burning Fog. I'm sorry. Burning Fog just puts a bunch of fog around you that does damage if anyone's inside of it. It's kind of like a Jinchuriki's bubble, like a Six Tails bubble, that if you put it on top of someone or if someone walks into it, they take a lot of damage. Let me see if I can do this. All right, there you go, hit it. So basically, it's just like fire, but then it actually has it just has like an explosion VFX. Pretty cool. I don't like Ash. It's pretty boring to me. I've seen people use Ash. It's okay, but it's just boring. Okay. So first ability, shoot bombs. They do 13,000 damage each. This is without a mode equipped. That's okay. Second ability, you spit poison. This is really good, mainly because it does damage a lot. It slows people, and not only that, if you put it on top of a Jinchuriki scroll, you will secure a scroll for yourself because everyone else will not be able to click the scroll because you're trapped inside the bubble, but you can actually pick it up. So I recommend if you're Jinchuriki hunting and if you have a Genkai bike, use Shirogane, or if you already have Six Tails, use the Six Tails bubble. And your final ability is Lizard Blitz. So you just get on the mount, and the mount does 10,000 damage a hit. But this mount, if you hit someone with it, they actually get soft knocked on the floor. So it's really annoying because you're just gonna keep running over them pretty much. I remember someone hitting me with that. But that's pretty much it for those two. Uzumaki and then Nara. Let's get these Uzumaki skills. Okay. So the Uzumaki mode. You got these beautiful chains around you. I'm not gonna lie, these chains look sick. I see this everywhere. Look at that. That's actually crazy good design. But that's what the chains do. The chains have an ability where you just, I don't know why it went backwards, but you just do a chain whip pretty much. I don't think you have any second forms. No, you don't have any second forms. This is the only form that you have. But that's Uzumaki's form. It gives you pretty good stats as well. Now for your first ability, it's Sealing Chains. You shoot out one big chain from your stomach, and then it does damage and locks person in place for a really long time. Second ability is Chain Blitz. You shoot out many chains. Why are they going backwards? You actually shoot out many chains that hit a person and stun them. I'm going to show the ability again after I use my third ability. And my third ability is called Seal Trap. Use the ability, and then anyone inside this huge area of attack is going to get trapped by chains, and they're also going to take damage. Anyway, let me show you the second ability again. The name is Chain Blitz. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm gonna change PSs real quick. Just so I don't have to worry about this. I'll be back. Okay. And we're back. I joined the Leaf Village PS just in case. I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe the same thing will happen. I don't know. But let's go use the abilities. Oh, it's my friends here. I think they're looking for a new spawn or something. But here's the second ability that I want to show you guys. Chain Blitz. You shoot a lot of chains at people. They do a lot of damage and they stun person. That's that. Now for the next Genkai, we come up with Nara. Nara's, I don't see anyone using Nara. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see anyone using Nara. I've never seen anyone use Nara before. I was actually surprised when I rolled it. I did not even know this was inside the game. But here it is. Your first ability, you can already guess what it is. Shadow Paralysis. You basically link yourself with someone else, and then they're stunned for a really long time. Now your second ability is Stitching. Shadow Stitching. So all you do is shoot many shadows at someone, and they do a lot of damage. And then your final ability is called Reflection Overload, where you have a huge AoE connecting to someone, and then everyone else inside here would get stunned, and they would all take damage, which is pretty good. This is also really good for Steel Engine Cherokes. Keep that in mind. Let's go with script scrolling down. We have a little bit more. Hoshigaki, Kamizuru, and then we're gonna do Senju Wood and Yuki Ice, and that's pretty much it. So let's go with Hoshigaki first. Grab these abilities. Alright. So here's the mode. You go Shark Boy form. You see? It looks pretty good. I like how it looks. I personally don't like these fingers. They look kind of weird. The fins, the fingers, whatever you want to call it. They look kind of weird. The movement speed is pretty good. I like the movement speed. But the stats are okay. Better than some. It's just better than some modes. Like I said, for a Genkai, it's a pretty good Genkai. If you got it, and if you don't think that you have good luck, I would say keep this. But that's only if you like Kisame from the anime. So your first ability is Shark Rush. So it's just gonna rush you towards a target as a shark. You can do this anywhere in the air. It's like the explosion ability, where you can just fly through the sky. I've seen many people fly as a shark. It's not like an infinite flight like sand, but like it's just like a long dash that you can get around places with. Your second ability is called Whirling Tide. I think this one is bugged, because when I was leveling this up, it just was never hitting. So you just put like you basically put like a tornado of water around you, and it does damage going up and it does damage going down. The disability is pretty dookie, I'm not gonna lie. Then your final ability is called Super Shark Bomb. You just send out a lot of sharks that do a lot of damage. It's really good. It looks sick. I love it.
So first of all, it looks different, eh?
Oh, you now have a mode ability.
Oh, clip it.
But you swim.
Clip it.
You can use abilities in it. But that's for that. Now, let's use the B. The B mode was my the B race, or the B mode was my favorite when I first started the game. I got it on my second roll, and believe I wish I was recording. I got it on my second roll. I absolutely loved it. The flight is crazy. So basically, this is the mode. The stats are pretty good. You get some nice drip. You get a nice scroll on your back. Pretty basic clothes. And then your ability, you hold down right click and you press Z, and you actually have a bee that you can fly on, and it's just as fast as the Sand Tsunami. But the reason why I don't use this over sand is that, number one, I need the mode to be on just for me to use the bee. Not only that, the bee takes a lot more mode because you have a mode on, and bee also has a spit where you left click. It takes a lot of mode. It does good damage. It stuns people, but it takes a lot of mode. As you can see, it takes about 500 just to spit with the bee, and that's pretty much all my mode gone already. Yep. Alright, now we go on with the abilities. We have the first one, Poison Blitz. You shoot out a lot of bees. This ability is really good for leveling up Kamizuru. Like if you're just trying to level it up, you can do quests and use this on a log. It gives a lot of XP because it hits multiple times. Then you have the second one, Bee Rush, where it basically puts you on a bee. Now don't get it twisted with the first one. You cannot fly up. If you press space, it just makes you jump off, and you cannot fly down, and it does not make you float. If you go off of a building, you will just fall down. But if you touch someone with the bee while riding it, it will poison them and do damage. So I guess it's okay, but this ability is pretty bad and I don't use it. The final ability is called Honey Freeze. It goes by the name. You basically just shoot out at some bees, and if the bees hit, they do some nice damage, and it freezes them in the spot. Kamizuru is good. Hoshigaki is good. Really good. Then you have Senju Wood and Yuki Ice. I know Senju is a really popular one, and so is Yuki Ice. Now, I'ma be real with y'all. I personally think Senju Wood is bad, it's dog, it's garbage, it's trash. Like, say what you want, right? I can see why people use it. The sleeps are really strong, the mode might be really good, but the last ability is useless. It's just summoning trees. That's it. I don't know. Y'all gotta be some professionals, and y'all tell me in the comments what y'all think is Senju Wood. But I see too much people using it, and I see so much people wanting to get it, but it's just not good. The first ability, it's okay. The second ability, it's really annoying, and the last ability is absolutely garbage. I'll show you guys right now. This is the mode. You charge it up. You get some good stats, and then you'll also get Hashirama's eyes, which I think is a really cool addition to the game. And now for the abilities, your first one is called Root of the Earth. So you basically shoot many roots out of the floor, and it's gonna crash on top of everyone around you. This does good damage, but it does not hurt. Like, if you use this on someone who's maxed and someone who actually like knows what their build is capable of, it just doesn't hurt, dog. It just does not hurt. I just don't think it hurts. I don't know, maybe I'm some kind of rock human or something, but it just doesn't hurt. The second ability, you shoot out a flower, and anyone hit or anyone nearby will go sleep. It does damage on hit, and it also does damage after it hits. This ability is the best ability that Senju Wood has, undoubtedly. It's undoubtedly. It's just the best ability that Senju Wood has. This is the only reason why I can see people use Senju Wood, is because of the sleep, how annoying it is. The damage is okay, and it's actually quite spammable. And your last ability, this dog ability, you summon trees. Yep. Forestation. Crazy, right? Crazy. Wow. Bonkers. Anyway. Garbage ability. Long cooldown. Don't use it. Stinky. One thing I forgot to mention is that your mode actually has a second form. So basically, it does not have any animation like Sharingan. It does not have anything like that. You just do a little stoop, and then you get bonus stats. With your first, when you have your mode on, when you hold down right click and then you press C, you get on top of your golem, and then you start riding around. Anyone you touch will get damaged, and then it does a final smash down when it's about to end, which does also some good damage. It has a really long cooldown for an ability, but it's okay. It's better than the last ability of Senju Wood. And the final Genkai, Yuki Ice. Yuki Ice is quite popular. I've seen the final ability almost everywhere. But the first one is called Ice Style Mirrors. You basically just put your mouse on a target. You constantly teleport around them, doing damage. And one cool effect is that your character actually shows up on the mirrors, which I really like. And I mean, not just your default character. If you have like a Tail Beast on, or if you have like a separate mode that shows, it will actually show on the mirror as well, which is pretty cool. Your second ability is Blizzard. The Blizzard, it hurts my eyes. I don't like it. I don't know why I don't see people using it, thankfully. I don't know why anyone would use it. It's just a worse version of Storm. I don't think it freezes anyone, but y'all can let me know. Y'all can let me know if it freezes. But it just hurts my eyes. Whenever I use it, it just hurts my eyes. Now for the final ability, it's Yuki Dragon. You summon these black dragons, these shadow dragons, and they go down on the target, doing a lot of damage, and they freeze the target, making sure that the rest of the dragons hit. That ability is really nice. It looks nice. It feels good to use. It hurts. Good ability. And honestly, that's it for the Genkais. If I would give you guys a personal recommendation, I would say for ganking or fighting, Byakugan, Gold Dust, Iron Sand, Sharingan, Storm, Namikaze, or Senju Wood and Yuki Ice. Those are my combat. But if you want one for killing a Jinchuriki really fast, I highly recommend putting Mud and Sand, or Mud and Gold Dust, or any one of those that have a wave, because that just does so much damage to the Jinchuriki. It's crazy. The waves and the tsunamis. What I would say is an instant reroll would be... Where's Ice? Ice is, I would say instantly reroll Ice, unless you like it. If you don't have an interest in Ice, roll it. It's not good. You're not gonna get anywhere with it. You're not gonna be strong. Another roll would be Wood. Wood, really bad. Unless you like Wood, unless you want to just be Yamato for some reason, don't use it. Just don't use it, please. It's just bad. And then the final one is Explosion. I know that y'all are tired of seeing this. I know y'all roll this all the time. I roll this all the time too. It's annoying. It's bad. It's stinky. It's not good. Don't use it. If you decide to, I can't blame you. But I just don't recommend using it, honestly. But that's it for this video. I almost have all the companions, so I might do a showcase on all the companions. I know Nana Prodigy already did that, so rest in peace that idea. But one thing I will do is definitely more locations. I have a lot more that I can show you guys. I found a lot more stuff today. A lot of stuff today. I found Raijin Kunai, Hashirama Blade, a lot of stuff coming out for you guys. If you guys want me to put out some codes on my video, because I know a lot of you need some spins, and then maybe you guys don't know the codes that are already out there, so I might just put them in the description or whatever. Just let me know down in the comments whatever you guys want. And I'm also gonna do a sub-jutsu showcase. I can do the Jinchurikis, and I'm also gonna do the ones that I've already unlocked: Rasen Shuriken Toss, Rasen Shuriken Rush, Namikaze Rasengan. All of these things that I've unlocked that people think are pretty rare, I'm gonna use. And then some of the modes that people don't have, like Toad Sage and Demon Hunter. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next episode.